Today we're going to read some mean YouTube comments. What's going on, everybody? GemMint here. Now, I've said it in the past and I'll say it again. You haven't really made it on YouTube until you start getting some mean comments. It's all fun and games when you first get started. Your friends are saying nice things or you meet like-minded people in the community. But then when your video starts to kind of get a little bit bigger than that small circle, that's when the randos come in and that's when the mean comments start. So if you guys experience this as a content creator, you're on the right path. If video games have taught us anything, once you encounter enemies, you're in the right direction. Now, this was all in regards to the eBay seller sent the $6,500 book in a manila envelope video that I did, which, did a little bit more views than my average videos. It's like 75,000 or something like that. So I started to notice an influx of mean comments, which I found hilarious. So we're going to read them today together. And there was a ton of great comments. 99% positive. It's just that because there were so many, there's a bunch of crazy ones here. But with that being said, a great place to buy comic books is on the Whatnot app. I'm on there once a week doing live auctions every Wednesday, and Whatnot just doesn't let anybody become a seller on their platform. There's like this vetting process that you have to go through in order to become a seller. So you're definitely not going to see books like that Fantastic Four shipped in a manila envelope over on Whatnot. All right, so we got Decepticon Overlord 47 says, "You got lucky pulling the trick you did. Luckily, the guy you bought the book from is most likely a noob based off him shipping in an envelope. You're not being totally honest, dude, but you need content, right?" So I might have messed up here. I swear when I went to the return item policy thing for this one, because it came cracked, I swore it said that the buyer has to pay the tax on it. Now, I could be wrong there. I could be right, and this dude's tripping. But it was never a content thing. It was only a video because when I posted it on social media, angry in the car, it just got so much traction that I knew I had to make a video on it. But you know what? Not for nothing. Whether it was a tax refund or not, a partial refund is in order for something like this due to the fact that you have to spend money to ship it to and from CGC, pay for the reholder, and then you have time wasted too. Like, what is that worth? Should it be just cost? That's debatable. Gene Moretti says, "What did you do in the past to deserve that, I wonder?" Damn, why I had to do something, man? They shipped it to me like that. All right, here's a long one. Bear with me. John Alisi says, "Little surprised you put the seller's name out there on Instagram. He was obviously new to selling on eBay. You said he only had like 23 reviews. That's true. And he did make it right by you, so why blow his name up? Weren't you a newbie at one point? Yes. Did you ever make a mistake? Yes. I'll tell you, you certainly have, and a little humble pie might do you well. I've been collecting comics probably before you were born, over 40 years. That would be true. And if it had happened to me, yeah, I'd be pissed, but I wouldn't put the guy's name out there, especially if he made it right by me at the end. A little disappointed. And you for blowing that guy up. You're better than that." Damn, John went in on me. So in fairness, yeah, I put the guy's name out there on Instagram and Twitter, and I think in Facebook, because it's all connected. It's like sending a woof. I put his name because I figured everyone's going to ask what the seller name is. As soon as I post this, everyone is going to say, "Let us know who it is so we don't buy from them." So in the heat of the moment, getting this in the car, that's where I took the picture. I put the seller's name out there, but I didn't put it in the video because I figured, okay, this might get like tens of thousands of views, and that's a little bit harsh. So I didn't put it in the video, but I did put it in those initial pictures. Spock Elvis says, "Can't get better than using a plastic slab for shipping a comic book. I don't see what your problem is." A lot of these comments are going to be like, "Tell me you don't collect comic books without telling me you don't collect comic books, or have any understanding on how the CGC grading is." It's going to come up a couple times in this video, but this plastic case is not to protect the book from shipping damages. Nobody wants to display a book with a huge crack on it. You have to send it into CGC to get a new slab put on it, which takes time and costs money. All right, so Mad Max, he hit me with a twofer, a back-to-back. I think it starts with this one. "So, you got it, didn't you? Whatever. Namor on is like you. Lame." Again, so if you bought something, it's okay that it arrived damaged. I mean, you still got the item, but even though the casing that it's in is damaged, we'll just display it like that, no problem. Like, what's the thought process behind that? All right, Virtual Billy says, "It's kind of stupid to make that eBay seller pay for someone else's up. When you ship something, there's a reasonable expectation that whoever delivers it will take care of it not to damage the item. Wrong. If this really was damaged during shipment, then it's the company that did a shitty job of shipping it who owes the refund, not the seller. That padded envelope, which is not a manila envelope, should have been fine. False. You're wrong. You can't blame it on the courier. How many packages do they handle? They don't know what this is in there, which actually is funny because that comes up in another comment. You have to pack it to where it's impossible for something to get damaged. Know what you're packing, know how you're shipping your stuff, pad it well enough so it can't move within an oversized box so that it can't hit corners and damage. Anyway, this guy's wrong. Dragonman63 says you could have just left him with a neutral instead of a negative if he accepted your partial refund request, or nothing at all. Just saying. Could have, but I hit him with the negative, man. I felt like it was a negative worthy transaction. To say that he accepted the partial refund, I don't think he had a choice. When you're on eBay, bro, this is buyer's land. The seller made a mistake, it's on the seller. So it's not like it was his decision, to work it out with me. He had no choice to do that. But leave him in neutral, I felt like it was warranted for a negative. That guy Stuff says, you spent that much on something that you'll never read? Again, tell me you don't know anything about collecting keys without telling me. I mean, yeah, you don't buy something like this to read it. There's plenty of reprints out there, trade paperbacks, hardcovers to read the stories. This is collectible in its own sense. I guess you just wouldn't understand. Awesome Meatronic says, yo, the case is damaged, not the book. Get over it. And I replied, I don't remember what I said. I think I said something like, I mean, clearly in the video I was over it. It wasn't like I was devastated. And I mean, you're telling me it's okay that it comes damaged with the crack on the top? Like, you would be okay with that if you had purchased the book, regardless of the value of it. Unknown George says, anyone who buys a 4-figure comic on eBay is dumb. No offense. I mean, I got to disagree with you. Yeah, there are definitely still sellers that don't know what they're doing on there, even when they have a high dollar book. But I mean, if you look at this, the recently sold items on key issues, many high-grade collectibles transactions are happening every day. Comic Book Flipping says, so if the seller agreed to do a partial refund, why leave him the negative feedback? The negative feedback was really because it should have never happened in the first place. This dude he carelessly sent out this book that arrived damaged. Yeah, again, I don't think the partial refund was really his choice. I mean, it was either that or just refund the whole entire thing. So I don't feel like he did me any favors, I guess. Richie Aprilli says, wah, I pissed $6,500. Damn, so Richie, so you're telling me you buy a book for $6,500, it comes damaged. You just put it on the shelf, put it in the bank vault, no worries? Come on, man. Dr. DD says, who buys a $6,500 comic book on eBay? Never, never, never buy expensive books on eBay. Do legit auctions. Again, I would disagree with that. I think most transactions on eBay go down seamlessly, but it's a big marketplace. You do have some sellers, like I said, that still don't know what they're doing. Again, check recent sold listings. I'm sure the $6,500 book was a drop in the bucket for collectible comics. All right, Game Hera says, before you complain about the shipping, what kind of shipping did the seller list? If the seller listed standard shipping, that's what you paid for. When you buy anything, expect the cheapest shipping unless you pay for priority shipping. If the seller listed priority shipping, then they are in the wrong. If they listed standard shipping, then it's on you. So this wasn't so mean, but it was he was coming at me a little bit. I'm like, dude, it's a $6,500 price tag on a high-end collectible. You would think the little nuances of the shipping method or whatever wouldn't really matter. You ship it so that it's protected and that it arrives safely, that it's impossible for a courier to damage. T. Miller says, LOL, I don't know what's worse, the packaging or you spending $6,500 plus tax, it was like $7,000, on paper and ink and 3 staples. Again, tell me you don't know anything about collectibles without telling me you don't know. So you're telling me an Action 1 has no value? First appearance of Superman? These are $1 million books. So just to say that they're paper with ink, it's really history. It's encapsulated to protect the book, not from shipping though, because you preserve history, man. If you don't get it, I guess you don't get it. Jeff Gutierrez says, man, I really don't like you put the dude on blast and kind of him over. You're clearly doing real good for yourself and it's not the end of the world. It's not. I didn't say it was. It just didn't have to happen. Not only that, but if dude has positive reviews and shit, he's clearly not a scumbag or anything like that. He made a mistake. You told him his mistake, and I guarantee he never makes the same mistake again. I don't know. I feel like that's a little too much to tell all your followers who it was, but I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I get it. Again, didn't tell all the followers on the Twitter and Instagram. I said the name, didn't say it on the YouTube video. But I still think he'll never make that mistake again. I mean, he got an egg. So what? It's not the end of the world for him either. Justin Coleman said, dude, you're just flexing. It's not a manila envelope. It's in a protective case. Again, the protective case shouldn't be damaged. That's not the purpose of the protective case. He should have had the package protected. It was a manila envelope. It did have a thin layer of air bubbles on the inside, but still, come on. You can't leave it exposed to the outside elements like that. Hulk Smash says first world problems, I guess. Oh, Lord, here we go. AJL 2017. Yeah. So let all your secrets out on YouTube. What secrets? What is wrong with people on these YouTube channels? They literally spill all their strategies, ideas, and secrets out onto their videos. Yeah, they might. That will gain them views and monetization and let them capitalize off their knowledge. Nothing wrong with that. No wonder now certain comic values are going to go down the hole because everyone is going out to do the same things. Could be said about any investing hobby, whether it's crypto or whatever, which we'll get to. Funny thing about this video is he makes it seem like everyone who had their hand on the package on the trip to his house would know the difference. I said assume the worst when it's in transit. Whoopsie, it's a book with some sort of yellow envelope, making it seem like a guy in Manila is an idiot. What? No one would have known the difference between $5 and $6,500. The comic is not even in mint condition. Haha. All right, it's like, okay, first of all, it's a Silver Age book. You want a Silver Age book in mint condition, especially a first appearance of a legacy character. Tens, and if not hundreds of thousands of dollars of difference. But yeah, I agree. It's not up to the courier. It's up to the seller to package it to where it's impossible to be damaged. Samuel Mabila says, why would anyone buy a $6,500 comic on eBay of all places? This is honestly on you, bro. Damn, it's my fault the seller packaged it poorly and caused the CGC case to be damaged. Graham Huron, I think he had a couple. Hume. The same comic is on sale on eBay for $2,300. A fool and his money are soon parted. So obviously I had to check. I think there might have been a 2.0 that was up there for $2,300. And like obviously he has no idea the grade scale and how that drastically increases the value, showing his own ignorance, but I digress. Can't believe anybody would pay $7,000 for a comic. It's not as though he's going to read it, because that would make it worth $7,000. If he's going to keep it in a plastic protective cover, again, tell me you don't know shit about CGC without telling me you don't know. Blood and Guts says, wanting a partial refund for something you got without any issues. That's debatable. Regardless of how badly packaged it was, kind of scummy though. Again, he's costing me time and money. Now I got to send this to CGC, pay for shipping to them, pay for the services on the reholder, pay for shipping back, and then there's time involved there. So am I not entitled to be compensated for that inconvenience? A lot of people in the comments said I should have got way more. Nicholas Bazzaro says, refund it for what, homeboy? You got it, and it isn't damaged. So why you want a refund? Because he sent it wrong? What the F? So another one. You don't want to accept a damaged case when you receive a high dollar expensive book. You're going to look at it like, what the hell? This shit is busted up. CF says, wait, you got 350 out of them? Kept the book and put him on blast on your social media. Not in that order. I put him on blast on social media, worked out the partial refund. Then I did the YouTube video because I seen how many people were interested in the topic on social media. But yeah, I mean, and then he got $6,500. It cost him $350 and whatever fees. And he learned a lesson and he got a negative, which I think eventually goes away. Name says, I laughed my ass off when you said YouTube is a job and you're going to retire. To me, you are a fool for buying $6,500 items off eBay. That is some you should be buying in person in the first place. All right, obviously, again, doesn't know what he's talking about. YouTube is my full-time job. And what I was saying about retiring is that Comic Tom and I, for the last year, have been doing the 10 hottest books in the market, right? And I mentioned that if me and him would have purchased those bigger books when we first started that series, seeing what they're worth now, we would have been millionaires, like no joke. But, you know, not saying I'm going to retire off YouTube, but I will retire by making my own cash flow, and we can get into that in another video. Vince Massey says, what's the big deal? I guess it's supposed to be mailed. I think he meant to write, I guess it's not supposed to be mailed like that, but it's insured and in a protective container. Okay, again, that's not the purpose of that container. Alec Aquino says, dude, you kind of became a snob. Damn, how did I become a snob, man? That's actually GemMint style, man. Getting pissed about something that happened to you, make a video about it. David Payne says, can't believe you spent $6,500 on a comic instead of investing in Bitcoin. See, I can't believe somebody that understands investing into Bitcoin doesn't understand investing in high-end collectibles, or maybe is just ignorant to that market. The reason why is because I don't understand Bitcoin, and I don't know what causes Bitcoin to go up in value. And I don't think anyone else does either, unless I still haven't figured it out. But I know what makes comic books go up in value, and I see the market. If you buy in at a certain book, a certain character at the right time, the book could double or more. So I'm just surprised that he didn't put that together being of an investor mindset. Zarier 39, maybe a blessing in disguise. I mean, a 4.5 isn't going to be very sought after, right? Says who? Where do you get that from? Maybe spend even more for a better grade. I'd return it, man. Man, first of all, I'll spend more for a better grade like this. But who's to say a 4.5 isn't sought after? You obviously don't know what you're talking about, so why would you even comment on it? Prime Lauren M says anything under a 6.0 is junk. So like this one. Again, another one ignorant to the fact every book has a value, even if it was restored, even if it was a qualified grade, everything has its value. Silver Age key issue characters can still be very valuable. This one was another double back-to-back. Joshua Lopez. This does bring a smile to my face. Damn, how come something bad to me puts a smile on your face, man? What did I do to hurt you? All right, guys, and this is the last one. Captain Regular. So, dude rich enough to pay $6,400 for a speculative book ahead of Black Panther 2. We see you. Yeah, so you see what I'm doing. FF4 crying about shipping damage. LOL. First of all, I didn't cry about it. I just pointed out a situation that happened to me. It's not the end of the world. It's slightly irritating, but yeah, I mean, I didn't make it out to be a big deal. I just made a video about it. So there we go, guys. Those were the mean tweets. Yo, a lot of crazy common themes there, but again, this was out of hundreds of comments. Majority of them were positive and understood the situation or in the hobby itself. So I just thought it would be funny to make this video. I laughed out loud at a few of them when I was scrolling through, so I grabbed as many as I could. But thanks for watching, guys. Stay minty fresh. Peace.